Hi, everyone. It's Kelly from the Hub. I'm here today with Penny Talbert, of course, the Executive Director of the Ephrata Public Library. Hello, dear. How are you?
Hello.
So, we're talking this week about the library reopening. Uh, there's a lot of things we have to talk about, huh? What's going
Yeah.
on?
So clearly we're not open yet and we're not taking book returns. We are, however, starting to think about how library service will look in the new normal and how things will look when we reopen. Um, nothing, nothing in pen yet, but lots of stuff in pencil.
So, first of all, I should ask this. If I have library books that are out, how much are my fines going to be?
So we are not charging fines, and we keep pushing the due date out. So you don't have to worry if you had things that were due after we closed. Not only aren't you going to be fined, but we will make sure that you have time to return those things before we would start instituting fines again. It the absolute last thing on my list of priorities is collecting late fines right now.
Okay, awesome.
It is not a priority right now. Um, when the governor announces that we go to yellow and the library staff can get back in the building and kind of get things organized, there will be a longer period of time for returns to come in where we'll be backdating all the returns. So I don't want anybody to worry about that. That's not that's nobody's priority right now.
Yeah, a friend of a friend has a library book, and I think they're concerned about like a mortgage payment might be due. So thank you. That's good, helpful, good. All right, so I gotta ask the question because we're talking about it all over the place. Lancaster County wants to reopen. We're not talking about the politics, but how does this like affect libraries? Lancaster County wants to reopen. Lancaster County is still in red. The governor talked about it yesterday. How does all of this affect libraries? Can libraries open whenever they want?
Okay, so of course, like everything else, you follow the money. Who are you funded by? Um, as most people know, libraries aren't really funded great by anyone, but the majority of the funding that we do get comes from the state as part of our position in the Department of Education. We fall under the Office of Commonwealth Libraries within the Department of Education. So we will be following our instructions from the Office of Commonwealth Libraries, which is of course under the Wolf administration. So those will be the instructions that we follow. So libraries won't be opening Friday. Even when the governor does say Lancaster County can go into the yellow, you won't see public libraries throwing open the doors and welcoming people back into the building right away, because as you know, libraries are not what they used to be. They are full of people. And, in the summer previous to now, we would have days at the library where we would see over 2,000 people come through the building in a day. Not going to be like that, the day after we turn to yellow. So I do ask that people are patient with us. We are going to do our very best to get service back out to our community. That's not going to look like it did before, but we'll find a way to come back.
That's awesome. So you're right. Libraries are way more than libraries. One of the cool things that is at Ephrata Public Library is a place that you can get your passport renewed and your fingerprints done, which for some people that's fun, and for some people that's like required for their job. So if they need that, what's the anticipated time for that to start?
So after Governor Wolf takes Lancaster County into the yellow, one of our first priorities will be to get the Identigo fingerprinting back up, so that people can get their background checks for their jobs. There are only 2 fingerprinting places in Lancaster County, and both of them are public libraries, so they are both closed. And so that will be our priority, but even that is going to be different. You're not going to be walking into the library. You're going to be using our parking lot as your waiting room. So things will be different, but as soon as we can get them back up safely for our employees and our customers, that's where we'll be.
Excellent. Let's just end on this. Next week, let's talk about summer reading. What do you think? I think people are really excited and want to talk about summer reading. And I know that there's
on my mind right now.
Oh, thank goodness for summer reading. Good. All right, so let's talk about that next week. This has been wonderful. Thank you. See ya.